This is how we ride. This is how we do.
What happened? Obviously, Ian Madsen was in a crash in this car. He was kind of the guy for this 2KS car, and now you're in it here. What's the situation? What happened there?
Ian just has a severe concussion, Troy said, and needed me to fill in for a few races. So I said for sure, just to get, it was a good opportunity to get laps in the 410 here. Our plan was to run the 360 here all year for the championship and run our 410 for several weeks here and there. But kind of everything worked out to where I could run this for a race. Maybe see we can talk about next week because we did really well tonight, and I was proud of how we did, and Troy was happy. But it was just a really good night, and good points night for the 360. And just had a lot of fun learning and just making laps here.
Like you had good cadence on the track. You knew what to do and how to do it. You was blocking some sliders. You kind of understood the air.
Yeah, getting laps here all last year in the 360 really helped. Just the racecraft, because it can kind of go back and forth. But just the different car and the different motors was just a lot different that I had to adjust for. But I was quick to learn and kind of just did well.
Well, obviously, if Reitzel's going to be here all year, that's a tough 360 cookie to crack. Obviously, you did a lot on the ASCS Tour. You're from the South. That's kind of the only real sprint car racing you can get into in that region of the country. How much do you think that really helped get to this point? We see Blake Hahn doing pretty impressive things on the high limit series. You do good things when you run 410s and high limits as well. I feel like ASCS don't really get that respect nationally that it should, because it's breeding really good drivers.
It does, and it's kind of changed over the last couple of years, but I ran it last in 2020. It was my first year in a sprint car, so it kind of was just one of my learning years, and it kind of was a lot different going to all new tracks. The main reason we came up here in Knoxville last year and this year was to run Knoxville weekly and run one track to really dial our setup in, and just for me to run one track all year and kind of just work on my racecraft and me in the car. And it's really helped me and learn how to race here. It's kind of take that into other cars and to different tracks. So it just all kind of plays out, and I've done a really lot of learning here, which has helped out. There's so many guys now that are competitive. The qualifying tonight was separated by a 10th or two in the top 10.
And that's just weekly racing at Knoxville.
Every week here. The competition level has really increased here the past couple of years. 360 having almost 28 cars run all season is going to be pretty stout, and I'm excited to see how it kind of goes here.
Where are you going to be? You're obviously here with the 360 all year. What's the situation with the 2KS?
I'm not really sure about anything else right now. We'll talk about it, but tonight was just a fill-in race for Ian because he's hurt right now. But like I said earlier, we performed really well, and Troy was happy, so it might kind of lead into some more races.
Any Husets? Anything around this region?
I'm not a whole sure yet, but we might come up to Husets with our car. Was our plan for a couple of races in the mid-season when they kind of have that 3-race swing of Jackson here at Husets for that little bonus purse money. But we'll see, and we'll just talk about it.
Well, being a Southern racer, ASCS, and I made this point with Blake Hahn, there's a lot of short tracks that series is on. There's not a lot of huge tracks that ASCS goes to. So these short tracks, you get these ASCS guys in a 410, they're going to perform well because that's their kind of wheelhouse. A Husets Speedway, and you are almost, if you was to go to Husets a few weeks, get some laps in, you could be a shoe-in to potentially win $250,000 at the high banks. That's
sure.
kind of your wheelhouse.
And I think one of the benefits of doing that ASCS tour is they go to all different kinds of tracks. So I ran Husets in a midget before a couple of years ago, but it's way different in a sprint car.
Right.
So we'll see when we go up there and turn a few laps, and hopefully we can figure it out pretty quickly.
And just to end it here, it was Bill Baylog. He did it.
Replay can show it.